mele jata nelawo fiade, nelawo lawo side, oma lohu.
Mr. Speaker, it is the desire of the minority that this House be suspended so we continue to do business in fulfillment of the 24-hour economy. However, if the majority leader so pleases, I shall second his motion for adjournment. Thank you very much.
It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming.
Mr. Speaker, we don't accept the description micro-minority. We are minority. Simplicity.
Today, we have two Ghanas. One Ghana for the NDC, which is a Ghana of enjoyment, and another Ghana for the MPP and political opponent, which is a Ghana of pain and anguish. Is this the resetting you promised?
Mr. Speaker, the President again says that he has delivered less ministers. But it is clear that his strategy is, if less, more divide. You have appointed few ministers, but more and more and more presidential staffers and more committees.
What is the precedent that is being set? Mr. Speaker, Hansa is watching. Hansa is taking note. One day it will come and hound them. If today they think they have no mess, they will bulldoze their way. So be it. Have your pleasure. But bear in mind that someday what you are doing will come and haunt you.
The leader of government business should have called me that respect I always give him. I'm always quiet whenever he's speaking. You know, because I know that I have the content in me. So I don't need to rush. Mr. Speaker, if you prepare to come into this chamber, you fear no evil.
One Afenyo-Markin, when Afenyo-Markin speaks, 1,000 NDCs are on their feet.
Mr. Speaker, first of all, I want to draw attention to the fact that the minority leader is improperly dressed. This is not parliamentary dress. This is unparliamentary. And Mr. Speaker, you must ask him to go back and dress and come properly to the floor of the House.
He now goes further to talk about my dressing. With respect, Mr. Speaker, this is Gubavera. This is Gubavera. When we were young, they call it a crutch for shirts, a gentleman's wear. Sometimes we should not use some form of ignorance to rather say things that we don't know. How do you say it for Hansa to capture that Gubavera is a shirt which, when one wears, it's amount to improper dressing and is not parliamentary? This is a gentleman's shirt, very unique.
And crying for now,
Mate, cantonese, baby.
Myself and the minority leader has a history. We plan to enter this chamber together. Unfortunately, in his first attempt, he couldn't make it, and I made it. And today, I'm one term older than him. Mr. Chairman, I'm his senior. He's older than me just 4 months, same year. We are 2 constituencies apart. Everyone knows the relationship between us. But working with him didn't stop me from doing my work. And it didn't stop him from also doing his work. So we may have relationships, but it should not stop you from doing your work. You should work for God and country. And you have to do it with the best of intention to help our country grow. We did just that. We've had a moment. We fought. We united ourselves. Today, the tables have turned. He's now the minority leader. Kwamina, learn from me and be good.
Just for the ordinary Ghanaian, what is a 24-hour economy?
So 24-hour economy is a structure where we'll end up implementing a 3-shift for the economy and going forward, bring out productivity. We're not talking of choppers, we're not talking of pharmacy shop. That's not what we're talking about, real sector growth.
The period you became a member of parliament, you were not doing any other business. You were solely dependent on your salary, correct?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as my primary source of income.
Did you have the benefit of any secondary source of income?
Mr. Chairman, I'm married to a very industrious woman.
Okay, so please explain to us, if you say you are married to an industrious woman and that is the source of your secondary income, what exactly do you mean?
I mean, my wife takes care of me.
So, industrious woman, she takes care of you. Are you suggesting that she also paid your school fees for your UK program?
I don't see where we're going with this. Thank you.
No, with the greatest respect, honorable nominee, I continue to treat you with respect. If you say you don't see, yours is to answer. If you need guidance, please seek guidance from the chair. If chair allows my question, and you want to say you don't see, where I follow up based on what you say. I never asked you about your wife. I never asked you about her business. You said your wife takes care of you. These are your words. But before then, you have indicated that you speak English, Dangboy, and Tree.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Do you speak any language of Nigerian origin?
Also Yoruba, dear sir.
You speak Yoruba?
Yes, I do, and a bit of Igbo. I can tell you my name, Ahambu Sam George.
Don't pay attention to my questions and then answer my questions.
Mr. Chairman, let me plead with you. This committee should not be used to whitewash the image of President Akufo-Addo. Honorable nominee, order. To withdraw the word, this committee should not be used to whitewash Akufo-Addo. Please withdraw. Chairman, respectfully, with the greatest respect for you, why am I being asked to withdraw? That this committee is a plea. I'm making a plea to you. Please withdraw. Please withdraw. Mr. Chairman, I withdraw out of respect for you.
Mr. Chairman, the only reason I want to refuse the temptation is for us to hurry up before Afenyo-Markin comes.
Told this committee that you used your car loan to buy a combined harvester for the farmers in your constituency. First, I want you to be specific, to guide us. You had a car loan in 2013, 2017, and 2020. Please share with us which of them you used in buying the combined harvester.
I was making a specific reference to the 2021.
The letter you wrote to Parliament in respect of you drawing this amount for your car loan, how did you draft the letter and what was the content?
This procedure you talk about is a procedure not known to me. I'm aware that there are a good number of MPs, majority on your side actually, who have used their car loans for other matters. You are aware of the reports under former Speaker Okwe.
Honorable Member, I am being very specific to you. If you say I am aware, at this point I am not on oath. If you say I'm aware some people used their monies for children's school fees, other things on my side, you see, then we'll be getting into a certain arena. Clarify for me, when people address you doctor, people also address you professor, share with us which of these titles match your rank.
Thank you, both do. I am a professor of surgery at the University of Utah in the United States. Thank you. I have defended 2 theses. I have written so many publications, too numerous to count. and I have done a lot of research, too numerous to count. So if I may indulge you respectfully, where do you want me to start?
So, just very simply, have you been conferred with that title, which is a postdoctoral title, professor? Do you have a document from a certified body confirming same to you? Same that you've been conferred with that?
I am a full professor of surgery at the University of Utah and a professor of global surgery.
Now you see, Agbaja, you see. Mr. Speaker, Agbaja today is begging me. Mr. Speaker, Agbaja is begging. Kwame is begging me. What he did to me when I was there. Agbaja Panye. Mr. Speaker, time changes. I won't do that to him because I know 2029 I will be there.
Honorable Minority Leader, did I hear you say 2039?
No, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, our respected colleague, Dr. Eric Mafo, honorary doctorate. These days that GTech is all over the place. Mr. Speaker, I'm being corrected. I like to be corrected. My colleagues behind are saying that if it is honorary, I cannot say doctor. So I should just say Eric Afo. Exactly. Honorary. No. So how then does he take? No, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I don't want controversy. It's an honorary doctorate. So if it's an honorary doctorate, you can't use the title. Well, honorary doctorate. Mr. Speaker, no question. Na Ghana, the view employment, na sack, no question. Sure. Mr. Speaker, Ghanaians have told us something. When they are fed up with you, they are fed up with you. Mr. Speaker, in 2000 elections, after Kufuor won, some of us as student leaders thought that NDC would never come into office again because it was so devastating. But within 8 years, Ghanaians were already fed up with the MPP administration and they got a nod. Then fast forward 2016, when we had 169 seats, we thought it was all over for NDC. Here we were, in less than 4 years, that thing reduced to 137. We had to eat a humble pie. So, as I always quote the Frenchman, c'est la vie, this is life. Mr. Speaker, indeed today, I'm leading a mighty few. The president should not be sent into a lame duck rather too quickly. The president is just forming his government. What is happening is, I said to Ketia Fabakon, Julia Jabra Fabakon, Jenchem Chempe, Ofabakwa, Meibakon, Ofabakwa, Meibakon. If you look at all these empty seats, in this chamber now, Mr. Speaker, the so-called super majority is not even up to 50. The Minister for Public Sector Reform has been rendered redundant. Nothing was provided. She is just at Jubilee House doing nothing. The minister in charge of special initiatives has also been made redundant. He is just being paid salary for nothing. What we know is that so much has been loaded at Jubilee House for compensation. They say they are appointing only 60 ministers. But many government appointees, Director of Agric at the presidency, Special Advisor in charge of agriculture at the presidency, in addition to a Minister of Agriculture, Look at the ministers and their faces. Mr. Speaker, 2025, he should tell us the releases he gave them. Mr. Speaker, if the Ghanaian people mention school feeding, they know of MPP. If the Ghanaian people mention free maternal care, they know of MPP. If the Ghanaian people mention
Health insurance policy, they know MPP. Mr. Speaker, public transport, investment in public transport, they even called it Kufuor bus. They know MPP. Mr. Speaker, when the Ghanaian people hear of the almighty free SHS, they know of MPP. The question must be asked: can the NDC point to a single social intervention program that they have initiated since January 2025?
Let this 9th Parliament be a game changer. That it is this 9th Parliament that through advocacy compelled the government to put in place the support system for the benefit of Ghanaians.
I've been sad today because of issues of inefficiencies in our SOEs that affect the public purse.
ECG, I had the privilege of chairing the board in July. Because I'm a businessman, the first question I ask myself is that how can ECG award a contract? And when the contract is awarded, all the person does is deliver at the port, present bill of lading, and request for payment. And ECG would have to pay. So I realized that ECG was paying a lot of bills when they have not even had access to the goods. The time has come. This politics, somebody says MPP, NDC, it's a system problem that I will any day support this minister to embark on reforms. Because if the nation fails, it affects all of us.
Let it be said that we had 10 years, 7 years, nothing was done. It's fine. It's a reason why there's a new government. You also made mistakes in the past, but you are back. You say reset. My duty is to constructively criticize you, but to support you. Mine is not to obstruct you. My being in opposition doesn't mean obstruct.
It is our contention that it is not appropriate to impose additional burden on Ghanaians having regard to this government's own public views on taxation. Our Chief Justice sits suspended through procedurally questionable processes that make mockery of Articles 146 and 296 of our Constitution. This government hypocrisy reaches staggering heights that insult the intelligence of every thinking Ghanaian. The same NDC that relentlessly opposed the nomination of Justice Sofia Benasco-Issa and Professor Richard Frimpong Opong under President Akufo-Addo, crying incessantly that the Supreme Court was bloated, now presents 7 nominees simultaneously without a hint of shame or self-awareness.
Thank you for the opportunity to make a statement on the incident of lawlessness at Ablikuma North parliamentary run election. Mr. Speaker, we must not allow this descent into lawlessness to define our politics. That is why the Minority Caucus demands the following. 1. A full-scale investigation into the matter. A full-scale prosecution of individuals that will be identified as perpetrators of the violence. A clear and unambiguous condemnation of the violence from government, including apologies to those who were particularly victimized.
When you need to correct the wrong, swallow your ego. At least that's what I've been taught. It doesn't matter. And if the whole majority leader on behalf of government is apologizing to an individual, we must celebrate him. But would extremists allow moderate centrists in our political space to do their work to help with justice and fairness in society? We, the voices of reason, must prevail on those hardliners to understand that destroying an opponent is not the way to go.
The Minority Caucus often refers itself as mighty minority. But Mr. Speaker, on this occasion, it is clear that so far we've been hearing words of commendation, but the actual tangible of cash support is yet to come. We are humble but proud to say that we are the first to publicly acknowledge the industry of the Black Queens by donating 100,000 Ghana cedis cash to the Black Queens. Mr. Speaker, the matter you just raised, galamsey, is one thing that, for the want of a better word, I must say that we as political leaders, active stakeholders of this democracy, have failed. And I say so without mincing words. We must, as political actors, know that there are matters that we have to agree upon and nip it in the bud. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo put his presidency on the line. This is how committed the president was on this matter. But again, we as the actors were looking at the political convenience and the gains. That is why we are where we are. I was once upon a time the chair of Ghana Water. I saw data for myself how the country was losing money heavily to treat water because of galamsey. It is getting worse. Civil society is talking, organized labor is talking, religious leaders are talking, but they know that in us is the vested authority, the people's representatives. Mr. Speaker, can we, as political leaders, for once, agree to stay the partisan approach on this matter and deal with it and let our citizens know that this is a matter that affects the country and our own livelihoods? Ni avoid kahame ameke akenutu momba ameke wake akenutu momba abaha 24-hour economy, one job, 3 shifts. Yano yakwe gamashi keshi la nungwa jute ameke ingwe 24-hour economy yo nitumwe ingwe nitume yo. Law and politics may have interlocking interests, but I beg to submit that where the interest of politics is that of convenience, that interest must give way to the law. When procedure and prudence clash, procedure will give way to prudence, and therefore it will be prudent for us to allow Honorable Nyindam to remain with us as a member of parliament, because it's a constitutional right he's exercising for and on behalf of the Kwandai people. We are not here with manpower. We are not doing a macho business in this chamber. So we will be told that a certain 189 has the macho power to move Honorable Nyindam out. No. For the first time under the 1992 Constitution, a sitting Chief Justice has been removed pursuant to Article 146 of the Constitution.
First, as I'm his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, and as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door and not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan has borne his faculties so meek, has been so clear in his great office, and his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and beat like a naked newborn baby, striding the blast of heaven's cherubim, housed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye. Tears shall drown the wind. I have no spare to break the size of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which overleaps itself and falls on the other.
In President Kufuor's era, no Chief Justice was removed. But we believe as minority that in spite of all that is happening,
which happenings is affecting the rights of a citizen. The best days of our country are ahead of us. Mr. Speaker, we would not belabor. We maintain our opposition to this nomination, and we reject same, and we are going to demand a secret ballot to reject this.
A political party does not exist merely to win power and reward its big men with ministerial posts. A party does not exist to enrich cronies and appoint party loyalists to comfortable positions. A party exists to govern, and the test of governing is not how many jobs you create for your friends. It is how many jobs you create for the people. The real measure of a government's thinking capacity is whether it can roll out policies that unleash the energies of the youth, policies that turn frustration into productivity, policies that give hope instead of despair. This government has failed that test. History has a way of testing nations. It tests them not in moments of triumph, but in moments of temptation. It tests them not when the path is clear, but when a fog is thick. And it judges them not by their words, but by their choices. Ghana stands at such a crossroad today. Our people are tired of watching their constitution treated as a suggestion, tired of seeing a human life reduced to numbers in press conference, tired of a parliament that sometimes forgets it speaks for the people, not for the executive. From this side of the aisle, we say enough is enough. When change comes, history records two groups of people. One chose silence, one chose convenience, and one looked away. The other stood its ground, defended the Constitution, spoke for the people. We, the mighty minority, are the second group. We are the latter. We stood our grounds, defended this Constitution, and spoke for the people. There will be no third term by any stilts. There will be no quiet destruction of independent institutions. There will be no constitutional violations dressed as legal creativity. We will use every tool the 1992 Constitution gives a vigilant minority. It is the practice of democracy that strengthens democracy. Democracy does not become strong simply because it exists on paper. It becomes strong because it is exercised properly and consistently. We are all involved in building our motherland and sustaining its democracy. We need a media that is courageous, free and fair. We need faith institutions that model integrity and elevate national unity. We need civil society to remain a sanctuary of truth, free inquiry, and intellectual honesty. We need citizens who are active participants in our democracy, not passive spectators to its erosion. We, the minority, will not sit by and fold our arms until it's too late. The spirit of the mighty minority caucus does not say we will manage democratic decline under this government. It does not say we would adapt to injustice. It says we will resist oppression and we will overcome. And overcome we shall through courage, through principle, through unity, and through unwavering commitment to the democratic values that bind us as one people. We, the mighty minority, say to the majority that we will march with the people. We march with the Constitution. We march with those whose voices have been silenced. We march with the 1.3 million young people who deserve better than this government has given them. And we will not turn back.
To this end, Mr. Speaker, I want to urge my colleagues in the minority that although we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we must fear no evil. Let's remain strong. Refuse to be intimidated. Refuse the subtle culture of silence. Let's soldier on. Victory victory awaits us.